I'm Peter Whitmore. I'm 73 years old. Some of you might remember me from a few weeks back. The response to that video was overwhelming, and I want to thank you for that. But today, I need to talk about something I didn't mention then, something more personal, something that changed everything about how I see relationships. And I need you to hear this, you see, because what I'm about to tell you could save you from the kind of pain that stays with you for decades. My wife, Susan, and I were married for 41 years. That's longer than some of you have been alive. And for most of that time, I thought we had a good marriage. Not perfect, but good. Solid. The kind of marriage people stay in. But here's what nobody tells you about long marriages. You can live with someone for decades and still not really know them. You can share a bed, a home, a life, and still be strangers in the ways that matter most. Susan died 6 years ago. Pancreatic cancer. Diagnosed in March, gone by July. 4 months from healthy to gone. And in those final weeks, lying in that hospice bed, she said something to me that I think about every single day. She said, "Peter, we wasted so much time being right instead of being close." Honestly, I didn't understand it at first. I was defensive. We had a good marriage, didn't we? We rarely fought. We were comfortable together. We'd built a life. But that's exactly the problem. We were comfortable. And comfortable isn't the same as connected. Let me tell you what I mean. For years, Susan would suggest things, small things. Let's take a pottery class together. Why don't we go dancing anymore? Remember when we used to stay up talking for hours? And I always had a reason why not. Too tired, too busy, too expensive, too impractical. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I just thought we had time. I thought those little moments didn't matter. I thought the big things, providing, being faithful, being reliable, I thought those were enough. They weren't. You see, I thought love was about grand gestures, being there during the crises, paying the bills, showing up. And yes, those things matter. But what I didn't understand is that love is built in the tiny, unremarkable moments. The conversations you have over breakfast, the walks you take for no reason, the way you listen, really listen, when your partner tells you about their day. I stopped doing those things, not all at once. It happened gradually. So gradually I didn't even notice. One missed conversation led to another. One "not tonight, I'm tired" led to 1,000. One "we can do that later" became never. And Susan, being Susan, she adapted. She stopped asking me to dance, stopped suggesting we take classes together, stopped trying to have those deep conversations. She found her own friends, her own activities, her own life. We became roommates who happened to be married, polite, considerate, fundamentally alone. I didn't see it. Or maybe I saw it and told myself it was normal, that this is just what happens in long marriages. The passion fades, you settle into routine, you become comfortable. But comfortable is just another word for complacent. When Susan got sick, everything changed. Suddenly, we had a deadline. Suddenly, all those things I thought we'd do someday had a very clear expiration date. And in those final months, we talked more honestly than we had in 20 years. She told me things I never knew, dreams she'd given up on, hurt she'd carried silently, times she'd felt invisible in her own marriage. One night, about 3 weeks before she died, she told me about a trip she'd always wanted to take to Scotland. Her grandmother was from there, and she'd always dreamed of seeing the Highlands, walking through the villages, understanding where she came from. She'd mentioned it to me multiple times over the years, and every time I dismissed it. Too expensive, not a good time. Maybe when we retire, we never went, and now we never would. She wasn't angry when she told me this. That's what made it worse. She was just sad, resigned, like she'd accepted years ago that I wasn't going to be the partner she needed. I asked her why she never pushed harder, why she didn't insist. And you know what she said? I didn't want to make you do something you didn't want to do. I wanted you to want to do it with me. That sentence broke me, because she was right. She didn't want me to take her to Scotland out of obligation. She wanted me to want to share that experience with her, to be excited about it, to care about it, because it mattered to her. And I couldn't even give her that. Listen, here's what I've learned, and I hope you're listening because this is important. The biggest threat to your relationship isn't cheating or fighting or some dramatic betrayal. It's indifference. It's taking each other for granted. It's the slow erosion of intimacy that happens when you stop trying. You stop asking questions because you think you already know the answers. You stop making effort because you think your partner will always be there. You stop prioritizing the relationship because you think you have time. And one day, you wake up next to a stranger, or worse, they're gone, and you never got the chance to really know them at all. After Susan died, I found a journal in her nightstand. She'd been keeping it for years, and reading through it was like discovering a person I'd lived with but never truly seen. She wrote about loneliness, about feeling like she was screaming into a void, about small moments that hurt her times. I was physically present but emotionally absent. Times I chose work over her. Times I was more interested in my phone than in what she was saying. She also wrote about love, about the man she married, about hoping that version of me would come back, about trying to reach me and not knowing how. I was right there. We slept in the same bed every night, but honestly, I might as well have been on another planet. And here's the part that kills me. It wasn't malicious. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I just got lazy. I thought showing up was enough. I thought providing was enough. I thought not doing anything wrong was the same as doing things right. But relationships don't die from dramatic failures. They die from 1,000 small neglects. If you're in a relationship right now, I want you to ask yourself some questions. When's the last time you had a real conversation with your partner? Not about logistics or schedules or what's for dinner. A real conversation about dreams, fears, ideas. When's the last time you did something just because it would make them happy? Not because it was their birthday or an anniversary, but just because. When's the last time you looked at them, really looked at them, and felt grateful they're in your life? If you can't remember, well, you're making the same mistake I made. Your partner isn't going to be there forever. I know that sounds dark, but it's true. One of you will die first, and when that happens, you don't get a do-over. You don't get to go back and have those conversations you postponed. You don't get to take those trips you kept delaying. You don't get to say those things you assumed they already knew. Susan and I had 41 years, and I wasted at least half of them being comfortable instead of connected, being right instead of being close, being present instead of being engaged. Don't make my mistake. Love isn't something you feel and then stop working on. Love is something you do every day, in small ways and big ways. It's choosing to be curious about your partner even after decades together. It's trying new things together, even when it's uncomfortable. It's having hard conversations, even when it's easier to avoid them. It's caring about the things they care about, not because you have to, but because they matter to the person you love. After Susan died, people kept telling me I'd been a good husband. They meant well, but they were wrong. I wasn't a good husband. I was an adequate husband. I met the minimum requirements. I didn't cheat, didn't abuse, didn't abandon, but that's an incredibly low bar. Being a good partner means actively building intimacy, choosing vulnerability, staying curious, making effort, prioritizing connection, even when you're tired or busy or stressed. I didn't do those things. And now I live with the regret of knowing I had something precious and I let it slip away through sheer neglect. 6 years later, I still think about Scotland, about how little it would have cost me to say yes. A week of my time, some money, that's it. And it would have meant everything to her. I think about the pottery classes she wanted to take, the dancing lessons, the long conversations, all the small ways she tried to stay connected, and all the times I said no, or not now, or maybe later. Later never came, it never does. If you love someone, if you share your life with someone, don't wait for the perfect time to show them they matter. Don't assume they know. Don't take them for granted. Ask them about their dreams. Listen to their stories. Do the things they suggest, even if they don't interest you particularly, because strengthening your bond should interest you. Be present. Be curious. Be intentional. Because one day you'll be where I am, sitting alone, looking through old photographs, reading journals, and realizing you had everything you needed and you didn't appreciate it until it was gone. I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty. I'm telling you this because you still have time. Your partner, if you have one, is still there. You can still have those conversations. Take those trips. Make those memories. But you have to do it now. On my desk, I keep a photograph of Susan from our honeymoon, 1972. She's laughing, squinting in the sun, her hair blowing in the wind, so full of life and hope and dreams. And I think about the woman she became, still beautiful, still kind, but with a quiet sadness in her eyes that I put there through years of benign neglect. Susan was right. We wasted so much time being right instead of being close. Don't waste your time the way I wasted mine. Love the people in your life, actively, intentionally, while you still can. This channel features people like me sharing life advice and memories. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more. And if you got something from this, leave a comment, hit that like button. Maybe next time we'll be sharing your story.